I yelled some expletives that you won't be able to rebroadcast.
A man sees his car speeding away. Problem is, he wasn't in it.
What was going through your head as you were watching your car drive away?
Go get it.
And he wasn't going to let it go without a fight.
So I guess it was just instinctual.
Plus,
there was no breeze coming through, 90-degree days.
6 helpless dogs found living in filth.
This is months and months and months of neglect.
What happened to the people who owned them?
This happens too much.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 10.
Sir, what do you hear now? Okay, only talk to me if you feel safe to do so.
A shotgun burglary, 6 unexpected and unknown visitors at a village home, all in the dead of night.
A man's home targeted by 6 strangers, and he has no idea why.
News 4's Peyton Yeager with the terrifying moments that came next. She is live at the Village Police Department right now. And Peyton, this is really the kind of thing you only see in films.
Yeah, Eli, Jolene, while listening to that 911 call today, it had me on the edge of my seat. A man woken up early in the morning to people coming inside his house armed and with a plan in mind.
4 a.m., a man in the village goes from a dream to a nightmare.
Yeah, there's someone in my house.
There's someone in your house?
Yes.
The man whispering to the 911 operator, not wanting to make a sound as he hides in the bathroom, terrified by the intruder on the other side of the door.
Sir, what do you hear now? Okay, only talk to me if you feel safe to do so.
Long pauses of silence and heavy breathing.
I'm still with you. Officers are en route.
They're still inside.
Still inside, okay. Stay with me.
3 long minutes pass, the man petrified, fearing for his life.
What part of the house do you believe he's in?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
After what seemed like an eternity, officers pulled up outside. Court documents reveal the heist started earlier in the day. 6 burglars meeting up to discuss a plan to target a home near Penn and Lanesboro. In the dark hours before sunrise, the plan in motion. 1 suspect serving as a getaway driver, 3 others on the side of the house as lookouts, while 2 more barged through the back door, guns drawn.
Police are here! Y'all better run! They're running. Backyard, backyard.
One of the suspects dropping his loaded shotgun in the backyard before trying to hop over a fence. A village police officer catching up to him in seconds, putting him in handcuffs. 2 others found hiding nearby as police arrested the driver in the getaway car. In addition to the shotgun, police say 1 man was armed with a loaded handgun.
Thank you so much.
The caller finally able to breathe again, unsure of why his home was targeted in the first place.
I need you to take a deep breath. Take a really deep breath.
Again, 6 people in total were arrested. 4 are at the Oklahoma County Jail. 2 are still here at the Village Police Department waiting to be transferred. Some more good news, they didn't even make off with anything. All of the stolen property was recovered in the backyard right before all the burglars were arrested. Reporting live at the Village Police Department, Peyton Yeager, Oklahoma's News 4.
Thank you, Peyton. And on the 9 beat, a man takes the law into his own hands when he saw his car speeding away without him in it. And he wasn't going to let it get away without a fight either. The entire thing caught on wild surveillance video outside a Metro guitar shop. News 4's Cassandra Sweetman joins us there live now. Cassandra.
Jolene, as the victim saw his car being driven away, he wasn't thinking about his safety. He was only thinking about catching it before it got away.
You see your things driving off, you have a small sliver of opportunity to recover it, you take it.
That's exactly what was going through Brad Faulkner's head as he watched his car drive off without him. It happened at Gear Exchange, an instrument and guitar shop near Northwest 36th and Grand.
I went inside with the expectation that I would be in and out very quickly.
So he left the car running, keys still in the ignition. Moments after Faulkner parked, a blue Dodge pulls up next to him. A man gets out and walks to the door, but take a look. He motions something to the woman still sitting inside. As the man walks in, you can see the woman open Faulkner's door and slip inside before pulling away, her alleged partner in crime not far behind. Faulkner made a split-second decision.
What was going through your head as you were watching your car drive away?
Go get it.
As the car turns right on Northwest 36th, you can see Faulkner hopping inside the passenger seat, holding on for dear life. Once he was safely inside,
I yelled some expletives that you won't be able to rebroadcast.
that was enough to get the woman to put the car in park, running back to the safety of the blue Dodge she came from.
The only word she said was okay about getting out of the car.
Faulkner said he tried to follow but lost them. He says he wants to see them arrested, but he's thankful he got his car back.
To me, it wasn't remarkable. It's just, it was a reaction.
Now, if you recognize those two people, call police. Meanwhile, the owner says that since they moved to this location last year, they have had issues with thieves in the area. They're hoping police will step up patrols in the area. Reporting live from the northwest Oklahoma City, Cassandra Sweetman, Oklahoma's News 4.
Always someone up to no good. Cassandra, thank you. A different failed heist to tell you about tonight, only this one happening outside of a Clinton gas station this morning. A man trying to make a break for it with a car that wasn't his, but he ran into the unexpected problem once he hopped inside. One that let the truck's owner stop him right in his tracks.
We noticed he was getting in her truck and he was going to drive off. But thank goodness it wouldn't go into gear. It's kind of hard to put into gear, so we're all yelling at him, "Get out of our truck!"
The thief trucked it out of there on foot after the real owner jumped in the passenger seat, and we are told that the man has since been arrested. He was found hiding out at a Kmart in Clinton.
And caught on camera, a storage unit broken into in the middle of the night. And this is video here you're about to see from the Hefner and Broadway extension area. Cameras there capturing two people breaking a lock, letting a truck drive right on through. Moments later, the pickup speeds away, hauling a stolen trailer and a utility vehicle. Also caught on camera here, an alleged shoplifting case at a northwest Oklahoma City Kohl's store. Authorities hoping to talk to this woman here wearing the Faith shirt. They have faith that someone watching may know who she is.
Now, first weather from the Forewarned Storm Team.
A mid-July afternoon here in Oklahoma City with a lot of sunshine and temperatures having a hard time breaking. 90 degrees today. Let's take a look at our beautiful view from Rose State College. Hardly a finer view in the metro right there, looking at our sunset tonight. Mostly clear skies, and it's a nice evening out there. And it just got really dark. It was very dark there for a while, as dark as it was outside. But we have a full moon tonight, so it's not that dark. 74 in Miami right now, 80 in Stillwater, 80 here in Oklahoma City, 82 Clinton and Altus, and 81 in Ardmore. So some 70s out there. These are live temperatures, complements of that tropical air mass related to Barry, which is now between Harrison and Little Rock, Arkansas. Some moderately heavy downpours in Arkansas right now. This is pushing away, but guys, it will not take long for big time heat to push in. And I'm talking about tomorrow and beyond with a heat advisory. I'll talk about some hot temps coming up.
All right, we'll be there. Thank you, Mike. After 8 weeks of testimony, attorneys for the state and the nation's largest drug maker made their final arguments in Oklahoma's historic trial against opioids.
They took the money and they ran, and they left us here holding the body bags.
Don't tell me that doctors weren't aware, Oklahoma doctors weren't aware of the risks.
You see it right there, emotions running high as the multi-billion-dollar case now rests in the hands of a judge. Oklahoma going after Johnson & Johnson, along with its subsidiary Janssen, arguing they are financially liable for the opioid crisis, even ordering them to pay up to $17.5 billion to fix it all. The landmark case could be a blueprint for nearly 2,000 other cases like it across the country. And tonight, the judge over the case is expected to issue a ruling by the end of August.
Well, if you want to take the turnpike, you may need to scrape up some extra change. As of today, those who pay cash will now be shelling out more than they used to. We're talking between 5 and 25 cents more, depending on which toll you're using. The Turnpike Authority says the money will be used for maintenance and expansion projects. Again, this increase is only for cash-paying customers.
And new details tonight involving a financially troubled budget airline. Via Air made its debut on In Your Corner late last year after the airline deserted passengers hundreds of miles from their destination and then refused to issue refunds. Since then, they've been dogged by more financial woes, delays, and canceled flights. And now, a major shakeup. Here's Scott Hines.
Via Air grounded for now. The small budget airline forced to shut down for not paying its bills. Not just at airports across the country, but here at Will Rogers World Airport in OKC, too. We're told Via Air's agreement was terminated for delinquent payments to the tune of about $70,000. Same story in Tulsa, the airline owing $22,000 there. Oklahoma passengers could only get Via Air direct flights to Austin, where a spokesperson at that airport says they're still waiting to get paid more than 40 grand. And it was in Austin where our story began nearly a year ago.
And they're telling us we're going to Tulsa, and I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted.
Dozens of passengers on their way to Austin. They landed 450 miles away from their destination, though, dropped off in Tulsa, stranded and left to fend for themselves.
The captain comes on and he says, "Good evening, folks. This is Via Air flight such and such, nonstop to Tulsa." And everybody on the plane, you could hear them almost gasp.
Because you're not going to Tulsa.
No, we're supposed to be going to Austin nonstop.
I called and I said, I want my money back. And they said, no, that's considered a flight taken. And I said, but I ended up in Tulsa.
Eventually, the In Your Corner team was able to help with reimbursement checks for several passengers. As for what's next for the troubled airliner, well, Via Air was just sold to a charter flight service out of Atlanta. Reports suggest the two airlines could merge and relaunch later this year. But as it stands now, Via Air is out in OKC. I'm Scott Hines, In Your Corner.
Austin, Tulsa, not quite the same thing. Now, there have also been reports of passengers showing up for their flight having no idea that Via Air service has been terminated. Our team is still waiting to hear back from Via Air's new owner. And if you need our team's help, we've got you covered. Send us an email or give us a call on our In Your Corner hotline.
I like how she said, but I'm in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Goodness. All right. It could feel like 110 degrees for some of us tomorrow. A heat advisory issued by the National Weather Service.
I'm almost afraid to ask. Mike, what you got for us?
So if I were to say 96 on Jeopardy, you would say, what has been the hottest temperature so far this summer, right? For $1,000. Well, that 96-degree temperature is in definite danger for many days. I'll talk about that next.
Plus, 6 dogs found living in filth and with no air conditioning. A search for their owners next.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 10 with Jolene Cheney, Kevin Ogle, Mike Morgan, Brian Brinkley, and Scott Hines in your corner. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
You see your things driving off, you have a small sliver of opportunity to recover it, you take it.
That's exactly what was going through Brad Faulkner's head as he watched his car drive off without him. It happened at Gear Exchange, an instrument and guitar shop near Northwest 36th and Grand.
Went inside with the expectation that I would be in and out very quickly.
So he left the car running, keys still in the ignition. Moments after Faulkner parked, a blue Dodge pulls up next to him. A man gets out and walks to the door, but take a look. He motions something to the woman still sitting inside. As the man walks in, you can see the woman open Faulkner's door and slip inside before pulling away, her alleged partner in crime not far behind. Faulkner made a split-second decision. What was going through your head as you were watching your car drive away?
Go get it.
As the car turns right on Northwest 36th, you can see Faulkner hopping inside the passenger seat, holding on for dear life. Once he was safely inside,
I yelled some expletives that you won't be able to rebroadcast.
That was enough to get the woman to put the car in park, running back to the safety of the blue Dodge she came from.
The only word she said was okay about getting out of the car.
Faulkner said he tried to follow but lost them. He says he wants to see them arrested, but he's thankful he got his car back.
To me, it wasn't remarkable. It's just, it was a reaction.
Dogs abandoned, left for dead inside a home with no electricity, no food, no water. Tonight, their owners nowhere to be found. News 4's Jacqueline Chappell with the story. And Jacqueline, neighbors tried to help these dogs.
That's right, Jolene. The Potawatomi County Sheriff's Office says neighbors called after realizing the homeowners had moved out, leaving behind members of the family.
It's anger and just sadness that anybody thinks that this is acceptable.
6 dogs left abandoned in this Potawatomi County home with no food, water, or AC for more than a week, living in what rescuers say were filthy conditions.
It was very hot inside. The dogs, obviously hadn't been able to get out of the home, so there was urine and feces all over the carpet.
Deputies say neighbors called 911 after hearing the dogs barking for days, arriving to find only the windows of the home barely cracked open.
There was no breeze coming through, 90-degree days.
The homeowners believed to have been evicted, leaving the dogs to fend for themselves. A Yorkie, Pomeranian, Shih Tzu, and 3 other breeds found with severely matted hair, some of them even having to be sedated to remove it all. The dogs also covered in fleas, some suffering from extreme dehydration.
Something like this doesn't happen in a week or a month or even a couple months. This is months and months and months of neglect.
The sheriff's office now planning their next step to make sure the owners face justice.
I'm going to be trying to get animal cruelty charges.
We're really hoping that the district attorney follows through and can actually make an example out of this, because we're tired of this happening. This happens too much.
And the sheriff's office says there is a possibility of other charges being recommended against those dogs' owners. One Day Ranch says they hope to later make the animals available for adoption. Right now, they are currently looking for fosters. We have that info on our website, KFOR.com.
All right. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Well,
it was hot, too. You really got to pay attention to your animals.
You do, yes. They really can't cool themselves as effectively as we can unless you give them water, right? So do you know a bully that you didn't like when you were younger? Think of a name.
Well, I don't know if that'd be appropriate.
The bully.
I am from Oklahoma, you know.
Right?
Mike.
Rush Springs is a really small town.
I'm gonna get you off a hook, because the bully is going to be called the Heat Dome, folks. That's
I have a feeling it's coming our way, right?
Man, we got a lot of mileage out of this one for sure. Let's take a look outside the Heat Dome, everybody. Let's take a look outside here in Oklahoma City with mostly clear skies, and our temperature tonight, it's not bad. The heat's not a bully tonight. We're temperatures of 80 outside, and the humidity is running pretty mild, 70%. Dew point starting to climb, though, approaching 70, so it's getting more humid and muggy outside even tonight as a change of air masses starts to move in. Our morning low was 70, 92 our daytime high temperature today, and unbelievably, we've now gone 12 and a half months of temperatures averaging below normal. Here's the middle of July. We're minus 1.5 for July 2019. The last entire month that was above normal was June of 2018. Temperatures outside, a mix of mid-70s to lower 80s, and skies are mostly clear here in central Oklahoma. Nice evening. It's going to be muggy in the morning, but at least we'll drop down to about 70 degrees. The past several days, we've had this tropical air mass in place from central into eastern Oklahoma. Compliments of Barry, now located between Harrison and Little Rock, Arkansas, and continues to weaken and start to push and accelerate away from Oklahoma. So the influence of Barry is now starting to move out of Oklahoma. So we'll see a big change in our weather for tomorrow, and the result is going to be a heat advisory in effect. Temperatures are going to jump tomorrow, and there's a chance that tomorrow could be the hottest day of the summer so far in Oklahoma City. We're going to jump that much. There's no such thing as a hot front in meteorology, but this is a warm front. It is the dividing line between the tropical air mass and the heat dome air mass that comes moving into Oklahoma City late tonight and tomorrow morning. So our temperatures are going to jump quickly tomorrow. 97 to 98 for metro highs tomorrow, and mostly sunny skies. 71 degrees tonight, a light easterly breeze. Metro lows in the lower 70s tonight, and statewide lows in the upper 60s up in eastern Oklahoma to the mid 70s tonight in southwest Oklahoma. There are a few thunderstorms approaching our panhandle. We'll see those come in a little bit later on tonight around Guyman, but otherwise we're going to be dry overnight. And for tomorrow, 98, my forecast high. Southerly breezes at 8 to 18 miles per hour. The heat index is going to jump tomorrow because we still have all this humidity around, some of it tropical in nature, but a lot of it because it's so green outside. So my forecast high of 98. with a dew point temperature averaging about 74. That should give us a heat index, give or take, about 109 tomorrow in Oklahoma City. And we'll be there by around 1 to 1:30 in the afternoon, throughout the afternoon and early evening hours. So anything near 105 for any length of time is considered dangerous. IMSA would exercise a lot of caution for tomorrow. Hydrate often, loose-fitting, light-colored clothing, and yes, take care of your pets. So we'll see temperatures in the metro tomorrow from 96 in Chandler, 95 in Shawnee, to about 100 in Chickasha, also in Kingfisher tomorrow. Enid 100, 102 in Alva, 101 Woodward, Altus 102. So yes, these are a lot hotter temperatures. Might see a few isolated morning showers in western Oklahoma. Otherwise, a lot of sunshine for tomorrow. Similar for Wednesday. Temperatures even in eastern Oklahoma jump on Wednesday. Middle 90s, upper 90s to near 100 in central Oklahoma, and give or take 100 in western Oklahoma on Wednesday. So here is the current jet stream. We have a heat dome to our east, a heat dome to our west, a little weakness in the heat dome over central Oklahoma, compliments of Barry. But there goes Barry, and the heat domes basically just start to gang up over the central and southern plains over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. And that means above normal temperatures and below normal precipitation. You know the drill. Summertime in Oklahoma. It looks like it has finally got here. Now temperatures, I don't expect record highs here because it is awfully green outside, but the humidities will be higher than normal, so the heat index also hotter than normal. So 98 tomorrow, 98 on Wednesday, 98 Thursday, 98 Friday, 99 Saturday, 98 Sunday, 99 Monday. Front nearby will just basically melt near Oklahoma Tuesday and Wednesday. A very slight chance of rain then, but otherwise that is a hot 7-day +4 tonight.
Good day to be a cactus. Thank you, Mike.
Right.
Coming up. Oh, you're
Okay,
a
she
wild
lost it.
card.
Coming
Aren't you?
up.
Chris Paul actually ended up playing in OKC. The wild trade problem is next.
Oh, yeah. Plus, Mike Gundy was frustrated by his team's struggles last season. Who he says is at fault for it all. We've got it next on News 4.